This program is brought to you by...
Satisfy your need for speed, because the best does not rest.
In association with...
The new Samsung Full HD series will make you wonder, is it art or is it television?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to No Reservations. This evening with us, we have a lovely couple. He is considered to be one of the most naturally gifted cricketers of all time. In fact, if I was to list all his accomplishments, this show would be over before you get a chance to meet him. Accompanying him is his lovely wife. She is charming, vivacious, and has a larger-than-life personality which I think is perfectly suited to his. So before I go on any further, I'd like to welcome our guests, the lovely Huma and Wasim Akram.
Hello. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Hello. Hi. Thank you for coming to No Reservations. How are you guys doing?
Very well, thank you.
It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
You're the first couple that we've had from the world of sports and a sports wife. Tell me, all these girls, you know, these sports wife, the football, you see the Victoria Beckhams and all the... Do you have a close relationship with sort of wives of Wasim's players?
Not really. The only one I used to sort of, because most of them used to watch cricket. They used to go to the sort of grounds and watch cricket while I was mostly seeing the different places, seeing the museums. So not many of them that I used to spend much time with. There's Muin Khan's wife who was willing to sort of be adventurous and see the city where we were in.
Didn't really bother with
Not
going
really,
to the matches.
No, I haven't been sort of.
But it's good to travel, right?
I love traveling. I love traveling.
You have done remarkably well for somebody who never made it to their own college team. Did you always think big for yourself, or did all of this just happen to you?
In the beginning, it just happened. But eventually, when I realized that I'm in Pakistan's side and I enjoyed fame in the beginning, and then I realized it's a good thing, it's a fun thing. I have to carry on with it. It means I had to work very hard to have it for next 15 years. And after that, of course, I've got good mentors on the way. Then I got married to Huma. And I think everything went into the place eventually. But work hard definitely was there. Mentors,
you said. You were discovered apparently in my research by Javed Miandad.
Yes, he was. It's a long story. I'll just briefly I can tell you. I was in a camp, summer camp in 1984. It was 100 guys from all over the Lahore clubs. It was in June, July. Ramiz Raja was there at the time. I think he was a test player. Mohsin Kamal was there. He was a test player at the time as well. So I was there. My club have sent me. I went there for 3 days. There were 100 guys. I didn't bowl for first 3 days. Fourth day, I said, I'm not going. I'm not going to stand there and watch them play. My coach said, late Sadiq Khan, he said, you go for today, something might happen. So I went there, they gave me the ball, I got bowled well in particular day, and I got picked up gradually. And then Javed Miandad saw me in nets, and then he picked me up for the New Zealand tour.
So timing is everything, isn't it?
It was a perfect timing. I was 17 and a half, got picked up for Pakistan side. And yes, I had a great time. It was great fun.
17 and a half?
I was 17 and a half.
Young. So how did that affect you? I mean, like, here's a 17-year-old boy who just all of a sudden goes from a good bowling day into like the big time.
It was a dream come true. It was like, especially in 1984 when I got picked for Pakistan side, when I was traveling to New Zealand. I remember when I got picked up, I called Javed Miandad, Javed Bhai, he was the captain at the time to New Zealand. And I said, how much money should I take with me? He started laughing. And I didn't know that when you play cricket for a country, they pay you, and quite well at the time as well. So I was so naive at the time, but I enjoyed every bit of it. I learned a lot from people like Miandad, Mudassar, and of course, Imran Khan, who were with me all the time, who taught me how to do well and how to work hard and enjoy fame.
That's a great attitude. Huma, I mean, I have to ask this question since the both of you are here together. How did you meet?
We met at my neighbor's, actually.
At your neighbor's?
Just at a casual dinner. This was in...
It was Anisa's, isn't it?
That's right, in Karachi.
Right.
Where, in fact, I think I met you a couple of times ago, a couple of years ago, at a party. That
Possibly.
same garden. That same garden. And we were there for, cricketers were there for dinner, and we were just, I was the neighbor, so we were there. And
So
just
the first time you saw
that
him?
was the first time, no, but there was no sort of filmy drama and sparks.
It wasn't love at the first sight, that I can promise.
We knew each other for a long time before there was anything sort of developed out of it.
And then how did it develop? And
I think over 3-4 years. We were friends for a long time before any sort of...
Then she dumped me in between for about 6 months.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she did.
Why
And then I cried. Then I cried for 2 months and listened to Kishore
And then he
Kumar
started
songs for
partying
2
after
months.
that.
And it took me 2 months.
No,
Yeah.
And then you were back in the...
I was back in the groove then, yeah.
this was a long time ago, Kami. This was, we've known each other 20 years now.
Goodness.
And we've been married for 14. So, you know, it was a long time ago. And also, I was going away to university in England, and he was just like all the cricketers are. So, you know, which is like, you know, they've got their own lifestyle, they've got their own, let's not go there right now. But we know what they were like, are like. So, I was going away to university, so, you know, I had different priorities at the time.
And then you came back from university, and then things were different?
Well, sort of during the time at university, because I was studying in London, he was playing for Lancashire, and we sort of met up again over there.
Playing for Lancashire, you were one of the cricketers who were much adored by the English public. I mean, apparently they had a song after you. How was that experience, like playing?
It was again, the timing was perfect. In 1988, I joined Lancashire. At the time, it was only one overseas player was allowed to play for each county. And when they asked me, I was shocked, literally shocked. Then I signed a deal with them for 6 years. I went there, I learned a lot about my game and about my personality. And living on your own, you learn a lot more, especially living abroad. And I think that had changed me as a cricketer and as a person as well. So does positive influence.
England have a special place in your heart?
Definitely. I mean, we go every summer. We just got back 2 weeks ago. We were there 2 months. Every summer we go to that same place. I
think it's Lancashire more, you know.
It's just Lancashire.
What is Lancashire like?
It's a big town, is Manchester.
Right.
And it's a huge county: Blackpool, Manchester, Southport, Lake Districts, all north. So I mean, we just live outside Manchester, in a little area called Cheshire. We just got a place there. We go up there every summer. The place I bought when I was 17 is still there.
Goodness me. So you get to buy a place at the age of 17.
At the age of...
I wish I knew how to play cricket. So
that's it, see, Kami, that's it.
So, you know, it's cricket or sportsmanship. Like, I've been admiring you guys more and more because I'm, frankly speaking, not of this world. So I get to research, and I've learned so much myself. It's a mixture of this God-given skill, but then you guys practice really hard. Would you say it's like an equal thing, or is it really like a God's gift?
No, it's really not. I mean, the talent has to be there. And then, of course, if you want to prolong that talent, you have to work hard. Talent will stay with you for 2 to 3 years. If you're talented, if you don't work hard, you'll do well for 3 years, 3 to 4 years. And eventually, you'll fade away. But if you practice and work hard, that talent can prolong for the next 15 years. That's what I have picked up and learned quickly from people like Imran, again Javed and Mudassar, who have taught me well at the time. And I was a good listener.
And it's important to be a good listener. Do you feel that, you know, the newer lot of cricketers, I mean, we don't really have such huge stars anymore, and people with, as you say, staying power. Do you think that has to come from being able to absorb what other people tell you?
Yeah, it's very important. You've got to ask people around you who have done well in their professions. Doesn't matter if it's not cricket. You meet up, you make friends, the people who have done well in lives. If you roam around with them, you learn a lot from them as well, and there's no harm asking. I remember when I was young, I used to ask Kapil Dev, I used to ask Sir Richard Hadley, I used to ask late Malcolm Marshall about bowling. So our young generation, now we have very talented cricket team, but I think they're not confident for some odd reason. You know, the confidence in their personality, it doesn't come across. I think they don't socialize as much.
There's no mentor as well right now. There's no one to look up to as well.
Yeah, before I think it was Inzamamul Haq, who was their captain for 4 or 5 years. They looked up to him. And after that, it was more or less same age group. And nobody used to look up to anyone. So there was no mentor material there.
We're going to be back from the break. I'm talking to the lovely Huma and Mr. Wasim Akram. We're talking about the fact that there are no mentors. We're going to come back to that. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.